And so, as a gift, again, to all of you that have been here for all 6 events, I'm going to send you this book as well. And I suggest that you look this up and buy it for your clients as a primer for their estate planning and for their life planning, because it sort of makes you think about things and how best to live your life, rather than just sort of dictating in your estate planning documents how things will go. Because we have a lot of clients that do that, don't we, Miriam?
Yes, and I was going to say there was a movie made from that book. And one year for Thanksgiving, we sent our clients that movie.
I haven't seen the movie. I don't know who's in it, and if it's any good, I'm going to watch it. But the book is great, and it's short. You can. I literally read it in an hour and a half. It took me an hour and a half to read the whole book because it's just like, wow, this is great. It's riveting. In addition, we want to make sure that while we're building a family legacy, that we protect the assets for the benefit of the family. How do you wrap this into your documentation? How do you do this? How do you build a family legacy in your estate planning documents? Any ideas? You write it into the trust? It's hard to do, isn't it? What he did was he recorded a series of videos. And the videos were him lecturing the grandson, understanding that he was going to die. So he did this in 12 segments so that the grandson would have to basically achieve 12 hurdles before he would get his ultimate gift in the end. I'm not going to tell you what the ultimate gift is. But it's a great thought. How I do it is we often sit down with the client as we're drafting the estate planning documents, and we talk about a letter of wishes or a letter of values or a value statement. And we help them try to build it. There are also experts who are experts in doing family planning that we'll often bring in to sit down with the family in a consultative fashion around the table, G1, Generation 2, and even Generation 3, where we'll sit down and really facilitate discussion, goal setting, and even strategies to achieve those goals to further the family's values, whether they be religious or Ilium-Missionary in terms of charity, giving back, volunteering, particularly for the really wealthy, but it doesn't only pertain to those who are really, really wealthy. It pertains to all of us who are going to leave any form of legacy to our kids. And if we don't leave any money, we still can impart our wisdom through a document or a video or a combination of the two. And it's becoming a more prevalent part of our practice as I see it on a daily basis. And I think it's something that you can impart to your clients. Suggest it to them. If the estate planner is only interested in drafting documents and funding trusts, I think there's a piece that's missing. It really does involve understanding the client's motivations. And so a good consultative session about what your motivations are, what your values are, and what values you want to impart to your next generation or your heirs is a really important process that needs to be considered. And you may not do it in the first session, you may not do it in the first set of drafting documents, but as you get older and you become a little wiser in the ways of yourself and your kids, you might have things that you want to say to them. Questions? Comment?
Well, I was just going to say, the only really effective way that I've seen as an advisor that you can get the families to do this, if they're not already doing it on their own, clearly through their life and their history, interaction with the family and things in terms of showing the legacy and values, but using donor advice funds, for instance, and then use it in your lifetime giving versus like your trust, and people read it and across generations in life, like small, younger families and older families, and then they involve everybody in that whole discussion for the purpose of making those annual decisions or whatever. Really kind of creates an environment that otherwise may be hard to, get all the pieces together to have a discussion focused on that. But that kind of bridges the gap a little bit in terms of, teaching them to do something with their lives, and every day and every year they evaluate where they see good things and discuss it.
So a donor advised fund is a great tool.
Yeah, it's just a way.
Yeah, it's, what we've done is, when we talk with our clients about their estate planning goals and objectives, we also say, would you like to bring in the family? Would you like to bring in, your adult children or the grandchildren to talk about this stuff? And we'll sit around and actually schedule a meeting where we'll not only focus on what the documents say, but also what the parents want to achieve through the documents. And then it might evolve into a continuous discussion, which I think is really, really helpful for most families. We've been talking about business planning, business succession planning mostly, but now retirement planning. And that's one aspect of my practice. It's about 50% of what I do. The other 50% is in the area of estate planning. And as you've noticed, this overlaps significantly. And the underpinning for my practice is tax, my expertise in tax. So as you all think about clients that you have that might need help with their businesses or their estates, I'd like you to think of us at Odin, Feldman & Pittleman. We do a lot more than just estate planning and business planning. We have litigators here, divorce lawyers, bankruptcy lawyers, government contracts specialists, IP, intellectual property, trademark, and copyright specialists, and the like. So we're almost 70 lawyers, and all in this office, ready, willing, and able to help you. And as you need to keep up to date on things, subscribe to the blog, blueprintforwealth.org, because there's hopefully a lot of useful content. And if you missed any of the sessions, all the videos will be up there so you can watch them. And thank you for allowing me to do this for you this year. This is the last boot camp session, and I'll be here to answer any questions that you might have. Thanks.